You're looking at a couple players from the Eagles-Baltimore game, the first preseason game, preventing big plays from happening. And I have to say there was a couple players that I really want to talk about in this video that I think is really interesting. I'm very excited to talk about it. And we're going to be going over a couple wide receivers that have been connected to the Philadelphia Eagles. How do we feel about the wide receiver core? Did this first game really wow us? Are we set? Is Paris Campbell being out still hurting at this point to where it's not enough? We're going to be going into all of that in this video, so let's get into it.
A killer buried, but not dead.
Darren, we better turn around. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend so far. We have a lot to go over today regarding tape, and we're being talking about the little things that some of these players have been doing, and tape is where it really matters at the end of the day. And obviously, the Eagles will be looking at this as well when it comes to their final 53 really soon, because the season will be here before we know it. So some of the tape that I really did like. Now, shout out to Anthony DeBalma on Twitter. If you guys haven't followed him, I'll put his link in the description of this video. I do follow him. He goes over a lot of tape and shows a lot of things that players have done. Because when we're watching this game in real time, we miss a lot of the little things in these games, and there's a lot to take from this. There's a lot of information. Watching a game is watching a game. Really going by like what the players are doing in these games, in these game-like situations, is pretty damn cool. And I think going over Jalyx Hunt first on my list, I got to say, this man prevented a lot of big plays from happening. I got to say, from a standpoint of just what he has done from an athletic standpoint. Remember, small school, Houston Christian, was a safety, transitioned to a defensive end, off-ball coverage type guy. And you could see why Reddick did not fit the map when it came to this type of defense. Okay, now this is the first play where Jalyx Hunt is on the left side of the defensive line on the edge right now. And, I don't know who the quarterback is at the time. It might be Johnson at the time. The running back is literally just running out, going to the right sideline for really a big catch. Jalyx Hunt gets off the line right there and literally follows the running back all the way over. This is a guy that's 6'3", 6'4", 252 pounds. Yes, all of that can actually move, which is quite crazy. Follows him all the way up the sideline. Thought that was really good. The hustle was really good. I mean, that's hard to do. You got to play catch up, but obviously, that throw wasn't as great or on stride, so it gave him that little bit of time. But still, it's a really good effort by Jalyx Hunt. The next one here, covering a tight end from what it looks like, kind of changed direction. Now, you have the blitz from Quinyon Mitchell from the left side, okay? So Quinyon's coming on the left side right there, which is forcing Johnson to go up, to the right side, flush him upfield pretty much. Now, he did get a first down this play, but watch Jalyx Hunt. He is covering the tight end on this play. He changes direction, and boom, if you kind of go back just a little bit further, sorry, I have to say that more times, covering, boom, and goes the other side and trying to get to Josh Johnson. Now, Johnson did get the first down on this play, but if he is not there for that play, this is a touchdown, or it's going to be a tackle inside the 5, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, if Jalyx Hunt isn't there, Josh Johnson wouldn't have been so lateral going to the sideline. He would have cut in a little bit sooner and getting that touchdown. So, that Jalyx Hunt has prevented 2 big plays from happening defensively, which was really nice to see. Here's another one right here where he is covering, I think the tight end is the second to last guy on the top of the screen right there on the inside, covering him going upfield. And then, I don't know, just having really good IQ of going right to the outside wide receiver and boom, just stiffing him up a little bit, which is great. That was a really, really good play. That was a very good play from Jalyx Hunt. Got to have good IQ, got to know what you're really doing, and that looked really good from Jalyx Hunt. Instincts, bro. That's what Jalyx Hunt has a lot of instincts. So we might actually like his coverage more than how he's going to pass rush this year. His pass rush is actually not too bad. He's very quick off the line. Got to see a little bit more of that, but coverage-wise, this is why Vic Fangio brought him in. This is why he was handpicked by Vic Fangio, this is a really good play by Jalyx Hunt. Now, we're going to be going over Johnny Wilson. Now, we had that one catch on the slant. Guys, like pre-snap motions, options, slants, crossers, hot route. I mean, it's all there. I mean, this offense is night and day from last year. Even Brian Baldinger was going over plays from the Eagles and Brian Baldinger even said the Eagles were just throwing offensive plays out there. That's what preseason is, guys. I had a bunch of people coming into the chat yesterday, a couple days ago. Oh, the Eagles offense looks horrible. I mean, what do you guys expect from preseason? Not only that, this is a team we're facing later in the year. You don't show all your cards in preseason. You're just giving guys looks. That's what it's all about. Here we go. Now there's a little dump pass to Britton Covey, but look at right in front of him with Johnny Wilson. Look how aggressive he is. Look at the blocking. Look at that. Look at the blocking. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Just driving him down. Just look at that. Boom. Knocked him down. Fantastic. Who doesn't love that play? I love it tremendously. Here's another play. Britton Covey, pass to the left side. And here is Johnny Wilson on the bottom of the screen. All the way at the bottom. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that little slap to the helmet. Look at that. That little shove. You gotta be careful. Might get a penalty for that. But look at that. Look at that. Boom. Look at that little shove. His blocking is great. This is amazing. Look at that. Love that extra aggressiveness right there. I think this is the same play. Just to watch this real quick from a closer view. Look at that. Look at him. 89. Oh my God. The blocking is great. It's fantastic. Okay, on to the next play. This play right here. This didn't go. This was just a run up the middle. And look at Johnny Wilson, second guy from the bottom. Look at Johnny Wilson. Look at him. Just drive it. Look at just literally that's the guy's daddy. I mean, he's acting like he is abusing him right now. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I love what Johnny Wilson is doing. As much as I wanted Johnny Wilson to get more snaps in this game, unfortunately. I really wanted Johnny Wilson to have more snaps. It just didn't happen. I think a PI call should have been called on Wiggins, at least one on the right side when he had that little comeback route, which was horrible, but it is what it is. Hopefully he gets more snaps. We'll see against the joint practices with the Patriots. So that's awesome. So this is I'm trying to talk a mile a minute right now. So this is obviously the Will Shipley touchdown. He had a nice block here just to free up Will Shipley to get him to the outside. He's all the way on the right side right there. Boom, just clogged him up a little bit, then went upfield to try to make another block. Obviously it was already thrown. Touchdown Will Shipley. I really like that too. The coaches are very impressed with Johnny Wilson. I'm very impressed. I need to see more. This is just not enough for me, but I like if you could block, especially at 6'7" or almost 6'7". Okay, the last guy we had at a really big size was Tyree Jackson at tight end. Got hurt way too much. I would like a guy that could stay in Philadelphia for a while, okay, that not only has the size, it's just going to get better as the years go on. But Johnny Wilson, his blocking, it's good. It's really, really good. Will Shipley goes right in there. Will Shipley looking amazing, having a fantastic preview of how his athleticism is taking him that far as a running back. We've already talked about him in the video the other day. So here's another same thing. Look at Johnny Wilson right there. Quick block on the edge right there. Fantastic. Now, this was another play that happened. This was Johnny Wilson and Britton Covey. Now, we thought Britton Covey was the only one that was really getting separation, really the only wide receiver. But because we watched the game from a certain point of view and we missed so many different things when you could see everything on the field at one time, you have Johnny Wilson at the bottom. You have, obviously, Britton Covey right there. Now, this is the play where Pickett threw the ball to John Ross, a 50-50 all the way downfield. Now, I don't know if this was actually planned, like, were they force-feeding this ball no matter what? You want to give guys looks, so in preseason, sometimes you do that. But Britton Covey was wide open, and Johnny Wilson. They both did slants, both of them. Look at two guys, bottom of the screen. They slanted at the same exact, they were at the top of the route at the same time, and both of them could have got the ball for big yards. Would have been close to a first down. Probably would have got a first down if you threw to either of them, regardless. So look at the separation that Johnny Wilson's getting. That's fantastic, awesome. And those Ravens corners were playing pretty. They were up front a little bit. They were obviously they play a little bit closer. They're not. It's a different scheme with their corners. They don't play them off ball as much. They get real physical with those guys. So I thought that was a really good play. Really good play. Now, Vic Fangio, okay, now I want to talk about Vic Fangio because the way he was dialing up blitzes, we saw one with Quinyon Mitchell earlier. Like, he was dialing up blitzes where he would take an edge rusher, take a linebacker, take two linebackers, keeping one back. I mean, there was just so many different types of packages that they were doing, and I really did like this a whole lot, which was awesome. Obviously pressure with the defensive line there, which was great. This play, this was the play actually. So you had Zach Bond, you had literally Bryce Huff going after the quarterback. Devin White was back to clean everything up pretty much. So it's a guy on the left side is going to come right through. Devin White's going to back up, kind of clean up the rest here. But I really like they take two linebackers, flush them in there. I mean, look, these defensive ends will be off ball as well, so that's what it looks like. Devin White kind of cleans everything up the middle, and I think that ball was deflected. Sorry about that. I think that ball was deflected, which was great. So did like that a whole lot going forward. And, Vic Fangio is very creative. I can't wait to see more from this. Now, necessarily, I didn't think the defense played that good in this game. I honestly didn't think there were some plays that didn't look good. We got ran up the middle pretty badly a couple times. The center and guard of Baltimore, took out Zach Bond and Jordan Davis, totally blocked them. They had a big run. You had your starters out there. But this was the first game, the very first game for the defense, and Vic Fangio still has a lot more work to do with this team. We still have a few more weeks to get this defense right. I didn't like how they were running up the middle on us that easily, on us that way. But I thought we saw some very valuable tape from Johnny Wilson, from Jalyx Hunt, and I think they're going to be very good players. I want to see more from Jalyx Hunt from a edge rusher type standpoint, see what he does there on the pass rush. But as in coverage, I think he's one of the most athletic freaks that we have on this team as of right now. And to be honest with you, with the linebackers, guys, I feel as if I thought Trotter Jr. and Nakobe Dean played a lot better than Zach Bond and Devin White. Yes, I understand there was limited snap count. Trotter Jr. was very productive with 6-7 tackles and a sack. Nakobe Dean did pretty good. So a lot to take from there. Now, next on the list, two wide receivers the Eagles are in connection of right now. Now, what do we think about the wide receiver core right now? I think it's in motion right now. I like Johnny Wilson. I like Britton Covey a lot. Britton Covey is trying to go for that wide receiver 3 job so bad. He's trying to be like Cole Beasley, honestly. The problem with Britton Covey right now is that he's way too small. That's really the only issue I have with him. So you really have to develop plays with him where you have to put him in open space. You have to dial some plays in. He's in open space. You're not going to throw a suicide pass just like throwing it to Devontae Smith in a screen pass last year. You're hoping to do a lot more. Paris Campbell, we need to see what he could do here. He's been the best receiver at camp so far, but we need to see him in a game. And hopefully this groin injury isn't going to linger for another week, because if it does, I can see the Eagles maybe, just maybe, trading for a wide receiver. Not saying it's going to be promising, but I'm just saying maybe. Okay, now Alan Lazard has been connected to the Eagles. Lazard, sorry, I'm saying his name wrong. He just got to the Jets last year, and this was a hand-picked signing by Aaron Rodgers for the Jets. So I don't know why he would be in connection with the Eagles. I mean, I understand they have some, they have Wilson on the team. They have some really good receivers there. So I don't know. I think he's a valuable part of their offense. He's 28 years old right now. What it's going to cost, probably, I wouldn't say too much. But I don't know. I don't know about this one. This one just makes no sense to me. I don't know why they would connect Alan Lazard to the Eagles when he was already with Aaron Rodgers last year. Aaron Rodgers didn't play the whole year. They want to put him in the lineup. So since Aaron Rodgers is healthy, so I'm not sure why this would be a connection at all. But like I said, this is just a report coming out. And the last one, don't get mad at me. This is just news. I'm just reporting it. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying I want this to happen. I probably never want this to happen, but this is definitely eye-opening. Juju Smith-Schuster, the diva, the TikTok queen, okay, that put a lot of jokes on the Eagles players after that Super Bowl in 22. And trust me, it pissed a lot of us off, especially as fans. Now, if you guys remember, okay, well, before anything, Juju Smith-Schuster was released from the Patriots. I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but I guess we'll find out. A lot of rumors with them acquiring another wide receiver this year. We'll see what happens. The Eagles had a lot of interest in 21 to sign Juju Smith-Schuster to a monster contract. Now, it looked like at the time the offer was already on the table. This is when the Eagles were going after a wide receiver. They really needed a wide receiver badly, and thank God we ended up drafting one, and everything worked out, okay, later on, to 21 to 22, getting A.J. Brown. Juju Smith-Schuster, I don't know. The Eagles had a lot of, I don't know why they want to give him big money. I was against this totally. That was the rumor as of right now, because coming out from the Steelers, he thought he was like the number one receiver. After Antonio Brown left, he looked at himself as not even as a number two, as a number one for Pittsburgh. I never thought of him that way at all. And his career has pretty much went down the drain at this point. You know, is there something in the tank? But seriously, do we really want him in Philadelphia? That's the big question. I'm not really a fan to bring him to Philadelphia. To be honest with you, if you really want my opinion, I would keep what we have. Okay? I don't know why we haven't gotten this position right the last few years. We've put in way too much into Quez Watkins that just couldn't handle the big moments. Okay, and has been injured. And Olamide Zaccheaus, I thought he should have stayed, to be honest with you. I think Olamide Zaccheaus was coming off of a big year from the Falcons, over 500 yards, best in his career, with a really bad offense. So I figured coming to the Eagles, damn, he's got a quarterback, he's got an offensive line, he should flourish with AJ and Devontae. But no, they didn't use him. He had, 2 touchdowns for the year, and he didn't do much after that. So they completely ignored the position. Once Quez was injured, Olamide Zaccheaus was in there. They used him more as a blocker because his blocking was fantastic. But we just need more production. 2022 Super Bowl. What was the weakest position on our offense in 22 in that game? It was wide receiver. Sorry, it was wide receiver 3, and it was running back. Barely ran the ball in that game. Barely. And Quez Watkins dropped one of the biggest catches of the game. Not putting all the blame on him, but that would have been a big play. That would have helped us tremendously. So can't really rely on those guys on the big moments. And Olamide Zaccheaus should have had more opportunity. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Now you have an opportunity now. In my opinion, what I think they're going to do is you're going to keep Paris Campbell as a starter. If that's the case, I think you should use Johnny Wilson and Britton Covey for different moments of the game. Short yardage, pre-snap motion with Covey on third down. I don't know, something. Tricking the defense. Just something with those guys. Using both of them is probably the best thing that they could probably do. Using all 3 of them differently. And obviously not making it obvious how they're using every receiver. You know, Kellen Moore has to get really creative with these guys. But the one thing with Kellen Moore that we do know, as he took the job for OC, is that he doesn't ignore a position. He loves his wide receiver 3s. He loves his tight ends. He loves his number 1 guy. But we have 2 number 1 guys here. So I would use all 3 and keep the defense guessing every single week. And I think that's what the Eagles should do. Going out and trading for a guy, wasting a draft pick on a rental, I think you already have talent in the building. We've only been through 1 week of preseason. That's it. And we're going to be going into joint practices this coming week. So let me know what you guys think about that situation going forward. But other than that, that's pretty much it. We looked at tape on Jalyx Hunt. Looked at tape on Johnny Wilson. We looked at the receivers. We looked at Fangio and his blitz packages and how different this defense hopefully is going to look. And this defense definitely needs more work, like I said. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this stream. It does help. Like the video. It does help out the channel out tremendously. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up? Follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.